Hello again. We're back today on the second installment of the Understanding Revelation series. And I had said in the first video that basically I'm going to cover one chapter at a time. Today, because they're shorter and they're just involving the same thing, we're going to talk about the seven churches that are in book of Revelation chapter 2 and 3. Now, when Jesus wrote through John about the book of Revelation and the churches there, he was talking about the current churches in the area that had been set up by Paul mainly, and they were predominant churches within the Christian groups, and some were very large, and especially Ephesus was one of the most important cities in the Roman province of Asia, and it had a famous temple to Artemis, a pagan god, that was one of the seven wonders of the world. And just like we do in our country here today, they got so involved after they became Christians that they were still trying to relate to the culture around them. And so Jesus said to this church through John that was writing this for him, "You've lost your first love." Now, by that he meant that they'd lost their love for Christ and they were doing things different than they should be doing them as Christians. They were trying to assimilate things into the church of Jesus Christ that were from the pagans there in the area. So that's one thing he criticized for them. Turn back to your first love before it's too late. Also, in Smyrna, another Asian province there, it was a wealthy church, and their name itself just means myrrh. And myrrh, it was something they sold there, and it came out of that one area. It was very famous for that. But the church was basically commended for its enduring faith amidst persecution, which it had a lot of persecution, but also it was told and encouraged to remain faithful to Christ, because they were being pulled in different ways too. It had so much income in that city that they didn't have to worry about anything, and sometimes they were forgetting about Jesus too. So they were told to remain faithful. And in Pergamum, in chapter 2 also, it was a center of learning and culture in the ancient world and was boasted as a magnificent library, second only to the one in Alexandria in Egypt. So it was a very cultured, intelligent area, educated people, and they, for this reason, Jesus said to the church, "I know where you dwell, and this isn't Satan's throne." This area was just like a lot of modern day cities in the U.S. where there's money